So I want to read out this line that's there on your LinkedIn profile. It says you're an avid runner, a chef at heart, and an adventure junkie by nature. Most of the people, and you said you're 44, right? Most of the people when they hit 30, 40s, life for them is pretty much around work, home. For people like us in Bangalore, it's traffic also,
Yeah.
right? What is this importance in your life about interests outside? I mean, these are very diverse, like being a chef, right? And this is not like a YouTube chef, like you're not doing things to upload videos on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? Being an adventure junkie, right? What's the importance of such interest in your life, and how does it help you kind of build that semblance of balance in who you are today?
So I think, like I said, I'm a big foodie. I love experiments. In fact, yesterday with my mom, we had made chole.
Wow.
And chole,
Pindu chole?
pindi chole,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So typically people ask that, do you get the chana black or how do you make it black?
That has been something like a
Yeah.
mystery for me for a long. Finally, I figured out how to do that. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So people put tea leaves,
Yeah, tea leaves. Yeah.
but it doesn't come out as black.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the other hack is to add dried amla
Wow.
along with the tea leaves.
Wow. This is
Okay.
an MD of a public listed company telling how to get the perfect color grading to your pindi chole.
Exactly.
Go
And
on.
3 times in the last 1 month, the cook has made it and he has ruined it, and I can tell what he has done. Not yesterday, but previous time, he had actually roasted the anardana.
Okay. Yeah. And that you have to give some of that flavor, huh?
Yes, that gives the tang.
Tang. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But he put it too early, so it burnt.
Yeah.
So the whole chole had the burnt flavor.
Yeah.
So I asked him, when did you put the anardana? The question was not what is wrong. I called him and I said, when did you put it? He's like, with the rest of the masala
It's
at
about
the
the
beginning.
timing.
So I said, no, you do not put it at the beginning. You put it at the end,
Yeah.
just so that it is warm and it doesn't burn. So yes, chef at heart, because food is extremely important for me, and I'm also a chemical engineer.
Yeah.
So food and cooking is like a science to me.
That's a science. This is a scientific guy talking about the timing,
Absolutely.
how much it has to be roasted.
Yes.
So this is not someone who just watches cringe videos on Instagram and say
Yeah.
that this is what it is, right? I mean, this is coming
Correct.
from within inside, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So for food is extremely important. When I travel, my entire itinerary is centered around food places, street and restaurants. So that's food. Adventure, because I'm a risk taker, and I love sport in any form. So for me, scuba diving is a sport. Flying is a pursuit, that is a sport. And hence for me that is important, and I will go deep into it. So I'm 3 levels of scuba diving certified. The fourth level would be dive master, for which I don't have the time yet. But so that's and I do have to remove time to be able to constantly pursue it. So once a year.
Why is that important, right? I mean,
Because
you're
it
doing-
gives me, so I'll tell you, when I go to scuba diving, I go to the Andamans.
Okay.
And that's the only place where Airtel doesn't work properly.
Okay, yeah.
So when I'm there, I'm cut off.
Okay.
I'm literally cut off unless I have Wi-Fi. And for the except for last year and the year before that, because of the pandemic, earlier when I would go alone and meet people. So it would be very fascinating to meet people who would never ask you what you do. And I was
They don't know who you are, what your identity is. Yeah.
Exactly. And you're only talking about diving. You're only talking about the sport, which is common. And when you finish everything, then you suddenly realize, when you go back and connect with the person, that, oh, this guy was this guy did this. So for me, that's fascinating. That's like really unwinding, where I'm not connected to anything. And I'm there with the sport, with myself, underwater, completely knowing what I am. Because again, that's physics, that's science,
Yeah.
that's your body. You cannot risk anything there.
Yeah.
Same with flying.
Right.
When I'm up there is no signal.
Yeah.
You're flying on your own. You cannot make a mistake. It's your life in your own hands. Same with diving.
A common word which kept on coming in this conversation was risk,
Yeah.
right? And you have said it earlier that if you take risk in personal life, it will help you in your professional life. Scuba diving, flying, too much. I mean, this is beyond a calculation. What can go wrong, right? I mean, I have to ask you, how do you hedge that risk when you have a family at home, kids, young kids, wife, right? I mean, what is that in the mind? You said, no, I mean, eventually you have to go back. I mean, when you are getting up, trying to dive or going to the airbase to go into your flying, what's in your mind? I mean, are you thinking about these people who are there?
Absolutely.
How are you hedging your risk?
Constantly. So again, it comes to discipline and ability. I know exactly how much I can push.
Or is it because you know, again, what your ability is?
Exactly. I know that this is the science. This is how much you can push yourself, and this is what the coach or the your air pilot tells you how much to push, or the master who's diving
it's very
with
calculated.
you. It's extremely calculated. It's data in your own hands. So it's important for you to follow that and be disciplined about it. And hence I know how much. And of course there will be small, like you have niggles in running, you will have certain amount of elements, and you prepare yourself for that. When you train, whether you're flying, whether you're diving, the training is for that. You step after step, when you get your licenses, you progress and you keep going through different levels of sort of mishaps, and you train for that.
So
But by the way, I don't have life insurance.
Wow, man.
Because
Don't tell me that.
these two sports do not.
And now you're putting it in public where
Yes,
now
yes.
for sure no insurance company is coming to sign you off.
I will never have. I never had and I will never have.
Wow.
For me, life insurance is a drain on your finances.
Wow.
What is life insurance for? To provide for your family. If you have provided enough liquidity and assets for your family, life insurance is not worth it.
Wow. Now that should shut a lot of insurance companies or probably get their market cap down because that's something straight from it. Right? Terrific.